Hi, Brian here with Bisdorf Palmer. How do you balance your long-term goals against short-term chaos? Now, as we start to shift our lives back into normal, I've had a lot of clients telling me they've been struggling with keeping to a long-term perspective. And this makes sense since we've seen how quickly our long-term plans and goals can be turned right upside down. And we've spent the past year or so with a lot of short-term changes. So how do we bring the long journey back into focus without getting derailed by the short term? How do we stick to a well-thought-out financial plan when something derails us? One way is by thinking of the long term as a series of short-term challenges rather than one uninterrupted straight line. When you look over one of our foundational wealth plans that covers over 28 essential areas of your financial life, it can be intimidating trying to figure out how to get everything done, overwhelming even. So I've got a few simple strategies that can help you take something complex into small, bite-sized, achievable steps. The first one is create a future you mindset. Who is future you? What do they want? How can you help them get there? Embracing your future self as someone who needs your help will help you create a better future with smart choices now. Now, does that sound like it might be a little bit out there? Well, hang with me. It's actually based on the concept of future orientation, or embracing the idea that not only is the future unwritten, but that you can write it, especially for yourself. And this idea can have real benefits. Studies have shown that future orientation is a strong predictor for achievement, health, and happiness in life. Now, second is prioritize flexibility over certainty. I'm having to practice what I preach here in regards to my day-to-day activities with my children. As humans, we're wired to look for certainty. It feels good to think we have everything figured out and we're in control. Our instincts tell us to act quickly in the short term and to avoid the discomfort we feel with uncertainty. But in a complex world with complex problems, acting quickly isn't always the best move. We often get better results in the long term by keeping a flexible mindset and experimenting with different solutions. Now, thirdly, recognize how emotions can affect our decision making. We've all had times when we've acted in the heat of the moment. Something makes us unusually happy or upset in the short term, and we make a snap decision that has long-term consequences. Now, one way this plays out in investing is what's called loss aversion. It's a cognitive bias that causes us to focus so hard on avoiding losses that often we miss out on the big picture, which is long-term benefits of a strategy. The reason you pay a professional to look after your financial life is so you can share your worries and have someone help you take action, both in the short term and in the long term. If you have any questions about what I've discussed with you, or you'd like to speak with me directly about what's going on, please use the form below to send me a message. I'll respond personally.